I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running.
Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to RC Conspiracies. We're going to get this thing kicked off in just a hot minute. Settle in, grab yourself some popcorn, your tinfoil hats, and let's get going. Jeff Maxx is in here. Thanks to him for helping me have a last-minute topic change.
When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men fail. But if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell.
3, 2, 1.
Shady silhouetted images and industry teasers are finding their way into our homes and invading our minds.
Those big meanie heads.
Their calculated information is delivered to feed our addiction for radio-controlled frequencies. It's an RC conspiracy. But we are on your side, cracking the RC code. Because the truth is out there. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast. Get your decoder rings ready and put on those tinfoil hats because your fearless leader is here. Please welcome your host, the lead of RC Conspiracies, Tony Cece. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast.
Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome into the new RC Conspiracies. The date is, what is the date? I don't even know what the date is. I'm so lost. It's the 14th of December. It's almost Christmas. You should be happy. No, I'm just all right, guys. It's going to be an episode. Jeff Maxx changed everything around that was going on in my head because I was going to talk more about the Maxx and it being real. And then he sent me a video of a micro monster truck driving, and it looked amazing. And everything said Furitek all over the different things. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to do a mail haul. I call it the mail haul. Because I got some stuff in to talk about. And I've been sending some stuff out as well. Got my little bag here. Have to carry everything over from the house now. All right. Lots of battery. Oh, I got some parts that you guys helped me remember that I was an idiot and did not order. All right. My idiocracy on display. All right. This looks like all of it. I should have done this before I went live, but things got busy and I was chatting with Bari about some of this micro stuff. First things first, I got another one of these sticky pods for the Insta360 Go camera, which is now recording. Hello. Say hi, everybody. I just hit the button. Oops. There, now it's off. For a video I was shooting with it, and I needed it to be really sticky because we were going to be going kind of fast. Can't tell you guys about that one yet. No, we can't. I got some Arma wheel nuts, hex nuts, wheel nut, 17 millimeter, because when my son was driving my Typhon TLR tuned Typhon, one of the wheels went flying off. So we got that. Extra ones of these because I'm raking the lens of the 360 Go all over the ground on the micros. And these are cheap. You get 2 extra guards. So I didn't know it actually came with one. Look at the battery sticking to it. But it comes with a little lens protector on here that screws on and off. And you can just replace that when it gets all scratched up. I didn't think it had a lens protector on it, but it did. So that was good because I was being pretty abusive. So those are replaceable. That's awesome. That was mail haul. Was those, yeah. So that stuff. I got something else cool in the mail. We'll talk about it in a second. But I got an aluminum motor mount for the Mega brushless infraction, and I got one of the drive shaft high speed supports because it was going wonky and all over the place. So these are a must have for that, and I did not install them when I went brushless. I kind of thought it had them in there because everything was like ready to go brushless, and I didn't even look. So yeah, hey, what's going on, guys? RC Patina guys in the house. Jeff, Makovich, Casey Bengston, Armendate, Robos RC for all. Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, so I've been having fun with this. They do get really hot. So it's like a hand warmer here in Michigan. If you've run it for a while, it does get hot. But man, do I get some fun footage with this thing, especially for crawlers. If you crawl, this thing is awesome. If you go fast, you might want extra supports to hold it. And it's small, so you can get it in places you couldn't get a GoPro. But the GoPro onboard footage is just smoother. The Steadicam just works better. But for crawling, this thing allows you to do so many cool things. And probably in drifting, too. I've seen drifting. It's a lot smoother because drifting is usually on a smooth surface. So anyway, that is the caveat to that camera. I'm loving it. I don't ever do onboard footage. Now I'm doing it all the time. Makes it too easy. Oh, fun stuff. I got some more stuff from this guy in the mail. Southwest Monster Shop. Some wheels. So these are good because these go with here it is. Another chassis. I was able to get in on the Black Friday pre-order, and I was in that first batch. I think probably because my name starts with a C, so I was able to get this mine in already. So very cool. So that's another mail haul thing. I even include the local shops in my mail haul because I shouldn't buy everything online. So that's a good thing. So we picked up some hot racing shocks. These are the aluminum teleshocks. These are going to go onto the Micro Monster truck. And I picked these up locally down at Dave Smith's shop. Crawler RC Space in Grand Rapids. These are Power Hobby shocks. These are for my son's his C10, and he thought the red would bling off of his gray truck. I agreed with him, so we bought them. And I was going in there to crawl and shoot some videos, and he doesn't charge us to crawl there, so I kind of see it as like if I go in and buy something, that's kind of like our driving fee in a way, because he does offer the ability to come in and do it. I did order some Power Hobby axles, though. I don't remember why they were a good price, but they don't come with the diff cover, so I didn't know that. But some aluminum, they were a good deal. Furitek, who we're going to be talking about today, and I've already gone and bought this, so it's kind of a bummer. But the Furitek Momentum. So this is technically what people should use, I guess, for fast cars. I don't think it matters a whole lot in the SCX 24 because it doesn't run open diff. So the worm gear kind of acts as a drag brake no matter what. And so, in fact, it actually rolls pretty well with the Lizard combo. Anyway, but because the motor I was running needed to have open ends on it to solder to. This has motor wires that you just solder on. So the momentum was good for that. The Lizard was good because of the motor we were pairing it with. The Surpass had that little white plug and it was direct. Everything was easy. We were going for easy with that one so people could replicate it. This one we're going for speed. So this is the version 1.2 of their brushless ESC combo and Bluetooth. Gotta have the Bluetooth. I learned that the hard way. And we did get in this Surpass 9500 kV motor. This is the Rocket, the Surpass Rocket. So this is big. And I have the Mofo plates all ready for it and the pinions to go on this little bad boy, which is actually big. I'm going to have to do some chassis chopping to get this in there. What I need is somebody to make a mount that lifts it from the original spot and puts it top mounted and forward. And that way we could solve some of those problems. And it looks like Southwest Monster Shop is already working on that to give us these bigger motors. Until then, I'll have to maybe draw my own on a 3D printer. I'm trying to find you guys some solutions for this, and I might not need to if Furitek does it all for us. But this was a full Rocket setup here, ESC and motor. They actually failed and gave me the 2500 kV motor, and I ordered the 7500 combo. So they're actually just drop shipping me another motor and told me to keep this one. Sorry for the mistake. So that was cool of them. But that was an eBay buy. Again, Surpass Rocket size, just waiting. That was a full combo for like $50. Although I don't think their ESCs will be as good as the Furitek ones. I did get these as well. These are off-brand from shocks, the same Telly shocks from eBay. No, from Amazon to test. And everyone said they're shorter, and they're barely shorter. These will totally pass, and they're like half the price. Because there's enough mounting points on there. I mean, they're barely shorter. Maybe, I don't know, 5 millimeters shorter, which is a lot at this size, but you have so many adjustments on the chassis, it won't matter. So, these Telly shocks are amazing. If you watch the video for friction shocks, it's unreal. What else? Where do we buy this? I don't remember, but it's the long link ones because I'm doing it for the ECB chassis, and I put the wrong ones on, so my shocks are all cattywampus. So I wanted to replace them, and it's just easiest to do metal ones that already have the pivot balls in them, so I don't have to do swaps and all that. Steering links, and then more of these pinion spur gear combos from Hot Racing. These are important if you're doing any of the mods that we've been doing. It's a 0.5 spur gear. So even though I'm doing the Rocket, the Mofo RC pinion gear meshes with this 0.5 mod. So, all right. I think that's Hot Racing steering thing. Oh. We'll end with this. These are awesome, guys. If you're doing the Micro Monster trucks, Sphero jump ramps. They literally call it that, jump ramps. Jump ramps. Cool. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. You're saying just got done watching the movies Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric. All right. Glad somebody's getting what they want from Southwestern Monster Shop. Jayhawk. I don't know what that means. I just ordered them like everybody else. And when I saw it, I waited. I had a timer set so that when they were released to the public on the Thursday or whenever he said they were going to do it, I was literally in shopping at Michael's with my family, and I had to walk outside because we had no reception in there and the website was running slow, and I pushed through to get it. So yes, lots of micro stuff. Oh, and I also got this at the Crawler Space as well. These are the scale hardware tool set from Vanquish. So for project I have going on, I wanted to have that. Last thing is with this service bulletin from Micro 4-Wheel Drive, who is Old Time RC. For the portals that I have, and I haven't installed yet, I need to still. He sent larger screws because they weren't biting enough because of the tolerances of 3D printing. So these are bigger ones to make it bite and suck it closed better. So this is something that they're now shipping with them so that it will cinch it up tighter. So there we go. So that was the haul. It was a pretty good micro monster truck haul, as Jeff is saying. Pretty cool. All right. So, I did get one other cool thing. RC people may not care, but the monster truck people that are here for the monster truck part will. These are like 1990 classic set of monster truck cards, classic cards. So there's Bob Chandler. Back, no problem truck. So they're playing cards. Bigfoot 4 right there. What did I say? I saw Gravedigger here. And they're actually in numerical order. Oh, well, now they're not. So Gravedigger is number 115 on the back. So pretty cool. Bob Chandler. Jim Kramer's number 2. Looking very young here still. Excalibur's 3. That's pretty cool. Goliath, Clydesdale. Lots of cool stuff. Here's one of the tanks, a Full Metal Jacket tank. Marty Garza. A lot of you guys know him. So very, very cool. Andy Brass. Just playing cards, trading cards for monster trucks. Pretty slick. There's 120 of them in the set. Complete set. Got it on eBay. So just fun to pull it out off the desk here and just flip through it every once in a while. Yes, you are correct about that, Peter. The Mofo plate will not fit the Surpass rocket into an empty chassis unless you cut it. There's got to be some hacking involved. Can I show the jumps again? I sure can. They're called jump ramps. So there they are. I actually have them out over here. Here's a set of them combined. You actually get 4 of these total in a kit like this. You can do them back to back if you want to mount them like this, so you can hit it both ways. I wanted to make sure that I had so each one basically gives you 2 sets of jumps like this. If you do it long ways like this, you get 2 sets per box. So I wanted to have 3 jumps per side if we race them when we race them in the house. So I bought 3 kits of them. The price on them is about $30 for a set of 4 of the small ones. When you put them together, it's 2 big ones. It's just easier to hit when it's that wide. I got a truck here. Because the truck is just a little bit narrower than one jump. And that's hard to hit if you have some speed. So having it being a little bit wider just makes it easier. I know back in the day, they'd do it with the crush cars. They weren't any wider than the trucks themselves, but yeah. Also, little behind the scenes stuff. I've started working on some window cutouts here. So those are for Maxx D right here. And it actually has them installed already. I cut them and they fit in great for window masking for Maxx D here. So I'll be working on more of those, but I just pulled a few more bodies. So that's the Monster Mutt one. I finally have a good mold so it doesn't pop when I do it. And then I also molded a Ford truck body. So it can be used for a lot of different things. Metal Militia being the one that I plan to use it for. In fact, there's a little bit of detailing still of the Metal Militia in the side, which could be used actually for painting if you wanted, but it's got a little mask built right into it to trace your lines from. And then I made the little Maxx D stickers for myself. Anyway, that's some of the stuff we're doing. And then this is a special one-off I did for Bari of the zombie truck. Turned out actually really wicked. So I got to get that in the mail. I also had a pretty good clean pull-off of the Avenger, speaking of Jim Cramer a second ago. So I want to get this one made and wrapped and all that. Probably in the traditional old school green. I've been working hard. None of it is easy, guys. It all takes time. Especially because my drawing skills and this stuff with all the measurements, it takes time and multiple attempts to get it sized right. But yeah. But the zombie one did turn out really cool. The problem is I have to wait for more of the zombie trucks to come in stock because I actually cut the arms off it and just screwed them in from the inside using a self-tapping screw. And so I'll send this one down to Bari. He can fancy it all up. Can I do a C10? So I don't know what I have. I have a Titan body that came. Old school Titan truck. And then this one I have because Adam Anderson used to drive this one. Some of you guys might know, be able to guess. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Also mail haul. Taz. So we're going to work on vacuum forming this bad boy into a little monster truck as well. That actually looks like a pretty easy-ish paint job for somebody to do themselves even. Because it's evident where you would mask things off, which would make it really easy. So. Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. Kevin Talbot, what's going on, man? We saw your Maxx video, or I did. Thing looks awesome. I expected you to break something, though. Like, you went to the skate park even, and you hit that thing as fast as you could. I mean, it was leafy and all that, but I half expected it to break. All right. Matthew McDowell says, your kiddo has been begging for a zombie for one of our trucks. Yeah. These ones take a lot more work. It's doable, but it also costs more just because of the having to buy a whole truck to cut apart and add the arms from. So, but Bari does do, if you reach out to him, he does 1/10 scale ones, and they get 3D printed arms, and they're like the gelatinous kind of print. It's not gelatinous. Oh, flexible print, and they kind of move. So yeah. Can I do a C10? I can do anything I can get my hands on. That I don't personally have the abilities to draw them in CAD software, but I'm pretty good at unscrewing these ones off of trucks and just putting them on there and making a form of it. So that I'm getting pretty good at that. But I mean, it pulls out every little detail. If you could see, it's not going to focus because my camera, it's a Fuji and it doesn't like to focus in general. But then in a live setting like this, it really doesn't. But you can actually see the Metal Militia words on the side and a little skull. You can actually feel them a little bit too. It sucks it that tight. But it looks really, really good. Even the detail on the grill of it. And actually can see the little skull guy on the top of it too there. You guys can see that, I'm sure. Right there. So that'll have to get wrapped. Or something. Maybe it won't show up once it's painted. So yeah. Okay, so let's talk about it. Kevin's saying gotta build a mini monster now. Yes. Let's show you guys. I need to share my screen and choose the other window. Let me make sure I've closed out the answer Furitek on something first. All right. Close this and pull up my message from Jeff Makovich, and we'll get right to the page. That way I'm not sharing everybody's chat stuff. All right, now we're good. Boom. This right here is what I'm super excited about. Well, that didn't work. Not that editing video prowess, but look at the power that he has off that short start, almost into a forward momentum backflip, but he stops it. And then he goes crazy. But it definitely has a lot more power than mine do, I would say, to get that kind of lift. And so what it said, though, hey, look, there's a wanting to say up next is going to actually start playing what we're watching. Let's go back to the post. It says Furitek solution for 1/24th monster truck. Furitek monster truck motor and Furitek stellar transmission. Furitek chassis monster truck. Furitek axles for monster truck. Maybe it's open diff. I don't know. I want to know what the axles are for the monster truck. What did they do? It says full RTR Furitek monster truck if you want. Here's a short clip on 2S power. And then what do you want now? I want that kind of speed in a quick solution. So that's amazing. That was just posted an hour ago. So right before we went live, this hits. And they posted it on TikTok. Tone Poll posted it here. So that's, I think what we have to look forward to. People are coming up with stuff for all these micros. And if you're into this stuff, the 1/24th RC Mini Monster Trucks group is a great group to be in. Trying to get to more of the discussion here. But lots of people are creating them. Here's somebody's, it looks like a custom cage that they 3D printed of their own. Somebody else is building it for Monster Jam for Christmas. Here's an ECB 3D printing one. But yeah, this back arm makes me think that it's not the ECB one, or is it? That looks like it might be one solid piece. It's hard for me to tell. It might be the ECB one. But they're a good deal on eBay if you pick those up. If you can't get your hands on the Tiny Titan, I tell you, I've got both and I run both. In fact, I have to run the ECB for my Maxx D because of the size of the body. In order for it to fit on, it's so narrow at the top that it doesn't fit on the cage of the Tiny Titan. So that's a little problematic. And I wonder actually about about this Ford. I haven't actually tried it, and which is crazy because I just pulled off like a bunch of them. It looks like it would fit maybe on both. Now I'm wondering. It didn't look like a full throttle chassis to me. Maybe it was, though. I think this one will fit on both actually quite well. I wish I'd have cut one out already. But I have plans of getting that one done up as a metal militia. But yes, all of these, somebody's saying an Oni right there. Can't believe with all the interest in people making these DIY that one of the big manufacturers isn't making mini monsters out of the box. I think we'll probably see one come. I mean, they did the who was it? Horizon did it. Oh, what was the brand that they had that was the really micro one? The ECX. ECX, they had one 3 years ago or something that they had to pull off the shelves. But yeah, these. So this is my custom one here. I took the Earthshaker and made it into a CCXRC truck with a like a copper dirt in the back. Makes it really. It actually looks awesome. Kind of looks like a pile of steaming poo on camera. But everybody actually comments about the copper in the back, the color of it, and asks me what I use. I'm like, I don't know. Whatever they had at, Crawler Space RC. And then backed in black. So anyway, so that's good news is that, I mean, hopefully we've got something coming here very soon from Furitek that makes it at least easier. Again, it could get tricky though, because depending on what they do with the axles and the transmissions, like what are they basing it off of? It's easiest off the SCX24 right now because so many people have them. But if you start going off of like that one that Full Throttle did, that HBX, and Kevin Talbot actually did it with one, it gets trickier. It's just not the same amount of part support. Yes, it's more scale. The links, all that is better out of the box for that. Open diffs, all that kind of stuff. But just the SCX24, there's just so much stuff out there for it that it seems like that's kind of what things will be built off of. And it's not even the best of the micro crawler platforms. It's the most prolific of them right now. And so it just, when that happens, when you start getting part support where you can, companies from everywhere are making stuff for it, it just makes it easier to get things. So I'll be curious how the axles work. If the Furitek axles will work with the SCX24 transmissions and the other parts, it'll be interesting what link systems and all that they use. RC for All says that'd be great for winter. Full setup in the garage of mini monsters racing around. Yes. I've actually talked about like indoor racing with them because you could literally roll up a carpet and have jumps that just Velcro to it to hold them in place. So you take a bunch of these little ramps here, vacuum form them so they just Velcro down, and you can just quickly change up the track. They stay in place when you hit them. You can do crush cars, all that, and be pretty cool. So I don't know. Justin Smink, where can you get the ramps? So I had to buy them at like teachers' resource stores. Because they use them in a lot of the educational stuff, the Sphero ball things. So that's where I found them. They have blue ones. You can't get them from Sphero right now. They're sold out. Let me see if I can't find where you can get them. Sphero jump ramps. It was like EAI Education. They're $19.99 and $9 shipping. Here, I'll put them on that page that we were just looking at. And so, yeah, so EAI Education. Oh, it's not Founders, inactive. I might have bought the last ones. They have this one, but you only get 2 jumps, and you get this like little slide rail, which is not nearly as cool as the jump ramps. So I got them from, it was all from these tech places like this. CDW I bought a set from, and then I found them from EAI for cheaper. Now it looks like they're discontinued. Well, we may have to make something very similar to it that is made out of a thick styrene or something that's vacuum formed. So we'll see. Casey Bankston said rig and pinion. Not sure what that was referring to. Well, we'll figure something out. We'll get some jumps going out there. Yeah, Kevin says he likes the HBX platform more, and FTX makes all the spares. It's just not as readily available here. There's just so many things so many people have an SCX24 that they're like, oh, this is great. And then they have it for a while and they're not using it. And they're like, this would be way more cool as a monster truck for racing. And yeah. So what's weird is with mine, I don't know if it's Furitek programming or what, but it actually slow rolls out of speed. So it doesn't just come to a dead stop. And so I don't know if it has like where it slowly releases the motor after you, so it keeps kind of applying power to not drag brake. I don't know what they've done, but mine rolls to a stop like any RC would, not like something with a worm gear. It's really weird. But even so Kevin's saying the HBX, but even the Element ones have diffs in the axles. The problem is the way that the pinion and that can fall in when you're trying to attach things, and they can be a little bit finicky. But you could actually run those axles using the axial transmission and just swap them out. So you could build it with parts. It gets trickier and trickier. Like this one was great because all I did was swap in the chassis, and everything else is, pretty much running the stock shock, stock transmission, all of that. Although I did finally go ahead and put in a surpass motor in this, but didn't have to do a whole lot, and it's somewhat quick. I didn't do the gearing in the diffs where you can overdrive the gears, which I did in the other one, which made it faster. But so this one's not quite as fast as my Tiny Titan because I did not overdrive the gears, but it's still pretty good. So, but yeah, I sent out one of the Maxx Ds that somebody wanted, the bodies. That's why I had to quickly come up with the masks and all that for the windows. I'd started on the on a different car first, and then realized, oh, I better do this one first. What's going on, Kurt's RCs? So last thing is, guys, the Widemaxx is, and we knew it was real because Kevin came in and said that he had one. But yeah. So Furitek said the axles are unbreakable ring and pinion. Nice. So that would be nice and smooth. So I've been waiting to hear. I did reach out to Furitek and I was chatting with them about it. And they were asking what I was running in mine. All right. But yeah, so Traxxas Maxx, Widemaxx out. People are running it. JT's been doing a bunch of videos. Mark Santa Maria doing videos. Kevin's got videos. I watched his. They look good. I saw RC Driver did an unboxing on Instagram, so he's got one as well coming. So yeah, I'm waiting for it to come into stores. I'm very interested in getting another one, considering the upgrades and the changes they've made out of the box. I think it's a pretty tough truck, and it looks very capable and like a ton of fun. So I'm willing to give it another shakedown and another try, but yeah. See if it'll keep from rolling on me all the time. Peter says enduro axles are too weak, killed 3 diffs. Wow. Okay. I will say that I've been shocked at how well the axial worm gears are doing for these monster trucks so far in the running that I've done with it, which is quite a bit. We run it every day. I pretty much just always have them around to pick up and run. And I like the ECB, the way that I have it set up. That was the one that I was like working on the moonwalks with, and the stoppy on the nose and that kind of stuff. I haven't been able to backflip that one because I don't have enough speed, where we have backflip the Tiny Titan that has overdrive in it. But you have to hit it just right. Yeah, the old Maxx are on clearance. I'm not interested in the old Maxx. Had one, sold it. Only want it with the wide. And I think the extra length of the chassis will even help it a little bit more. Just be planted. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's out. I'm not wanting to stay on here long. Tank is having his birthday bash over on the Tank RC. I want to head over there, say happy birthday, hang out for a little bit. So we're going to wrap this. The Furitek stuff, as soon as it comes out, we'll be getting some of that. Riff Raffs, how's the vacuum forming going? Hold on one second. Ugh. This is how the vacuum forming has been going. I've been making lots. Trying to make some that I can pour molds into. So this would be the basically the Escalade style. You could do Monster Energy, Jester, all those different ones. This is a really thick version of, and I actually got rid of some of the side lettering and all that of that F1 or the Ford. And I've got the Avengers. I've got several Max D's done. A lot of the, actually I got several Avengers done here. So I've got these. I'm saving a couple to try and do reverse mold kind of things. Pour molds in here and get a new buck. So same with these. Been sanding the bodies down more, trying to get rid of the lettering. So I've been working my tail off on that stuff and trying to get decent forms. So here's one of them again before I put it into a mold like this one where it sits elevated for cutout. Makes it easier to cut out. And scored the lines around the body so you can kind of see where you got to cut out. So got a bunch of those monster mutts ready. I got a few Max D's, but these ones I've been just putting the body on and forming it, and then I have to cut everything out for all of them, and it's kind of a pain. So yeah, have a bunch of them going. And people can reach out to me on my website, ccxrc.com, if they're interested. and send me a message. So I got one of the Avengers going out. I got to make the mask for it and all that stuff. So it'll be a minute before it goes out because I do have to make window masks and find out all the shaping and stuff for that. It's not too much work. It's just then taking the time to have it cut them, test them, resize it a little if it's too small or too big. So on top of doing YouTube and work and you know, the video work I do, advertising gets busy this time of year. So yeah, but I've got a few options available if people are wanting to start customizing some of their monster trucks. They are not in any way perfect quality. They are not J Concepts. This is just a hobbyist type rendition of things. It's a stopgap until the big companies come in and do it right. I'm not going to take the time or the money to do it right. This is literally just to get us along until there's more options available. So yeah, that is that's what's coming. But Casey, yeah, I worked in and got some of these stickers and stuff done and window masks quickly to make sure that it'd be easier. Some of them, like what I just did, is taped them in. You can see the lines so well in here, and they're so small you can get in and cut them out with a knife easy. But we'll get the window mask so it's even easier. I've got the masking sticker stuff I've had forever and use for making my own mask. But yeah. Justin, I'm working on that. The problem is I need to get one of the bodies. I'm not willing to sacrifice any of mine in the collection at this point that I have. And I'm not willing to pay $30 for them when probably next month I'll be able to pick them up for $10 at Target or Walmart or whatever. So as it is, I've been spending way too much money on them, trying to get different things. Like I said, I got the Titan. Let me see if I can pull up what it looks like. Because it was really cool. I don't know if they have pictures of the front of these or not. The front of it looks amazing. Let's go to here. Looks like this person might have pictures of the front too. Yeah. It just looks awesome. The shaping on the front end of it. Just love that look. Boom. So this one I've already sanded quite a bit, and it's sitting on clay right now. I've got to come over and do a few molds of it. And then I'll probably try to do a reverse silicone mold of it. But again, that I've spent $150 trying to get that to work right and not working right. So, yeah, it's a wicked looking body though. That is for sure. I still need to, before I do it, actually, I haven't actually clayed this one. Now I think about it. I've sanded it. I got to cut that off and then grind it smooth. And then I have to fill this whole bed in. If you saw the Metal Militia one, I literally have to fill all this in with clay and smooth it flat to fill in the back of it and the window. So yeah, it's quite a bit of work to get it to this point here. But it's fun. Aircraft strip the paint. How do I aircraft strip the paint? I'm going to have to look that up next. Dave is in the house. Crawler Space RC. We were talking about you earlier. Oh, and I also got the crustacean body that we have to try and figure out how we want to try and mold that. And I'm trying to think of what else we got. We got a bunch. So yes, I am planning to do some 1/6 scaling with you guys this summer. I still need to put that Spectrum servo into my SCX6. I've been working on something else though. I've had to do videos on. Got a couple things today that are in this part of the office. This is the off-camera part of the office. It never gets shown. So I've been working on that behind the scenes as well. And that stuff you don't get credit for until the day when it all can drop. But it's a lot of work, and then you're trying to pull double duty so you have something to post. Yeah, so Justin, I'm glad to hear that you like the SCX6. I really like it, and I'm shocked at how many people in that video I showed that I had to remove and tighten the slipper. It's a very common problem in RCs, tightening your slipper clutch. And people are just like, for $1,100, it should come working out of the box perfect. And I'm like, some dude who's overworked, probably was working the midnight shift, didn't tighten it all the way down, and it, slipped the second I put 4S power in it, and I was trying to go second gear, and that's when it started slipping, and it probably made it back it off even more. But everyone just is hammering on that video, and it's for my videos, it's doing quite well actually. If I were to type in SCX6, it has something about a big RC. Where's it at? There it is. 162,000 views. But yeah, it's getting a bunch of people commenting on how, and there are, of course, people that haven't run it yet. They're just commenting on the video and that I showed that it went wrong, but I'm always going to do that. Like, if there's an issue, that's the whole point, is to show people and then show them how to fix it. But yeah, wasn't a big deal. It was like a bunch of screws on the transmission itself, but getting the transmission out was no problem. And all those screws are just to button it up. It wasn't that big a deal to fix it. So yeah. People are getting bent out of shape. It's not a functioning problem of the RC being wrong. It's just, it wasn't tightened down. Haven't had the issue again since I tightened it down. Okay, thank you, Black Market RC, for the link. I'll check it out. Yes, S of Ghost 666. They are working on Micro Monster Truck motor, ESC, axles, and chassis. So yeah, looking pretty cool. And I need to get their Crawler Space guys also has a micro course that I need to get to and run on as well. And they just did competition. 2 weeks ago, you guys had a competition there for the micros? Looked really cool. Mike Leslie, that aircraft stripper is some nasty stuff. Yeah, I was just using like the foam pads, and it did pretty good getting it, just so it was smooth and not lifted so much. It's just because they're they're layering the paint, so it just has little steps in it, and it's not that bad to do it by hand with a sander. Although I did see with the Metal Militia that I still need a little bit more on the hood of it done. But we'll see. I may not be doing as many as I've been doing. I've been just pumping off a bunch of them. If there's not a whole lot of interest in it, I'll slow back on what I'm doing. But if this starts taking off and people are wanting some stuff, I just want to have a few things available people can get quick and easy and start painting up and having their own custom stuff. Like I did with mine. You don't even have to replicate stuff. I just want to go with my own theme for this one. And so again, bought this paint at Crawler Space RC. Worked good, Dave. Looks awesome in this. But I probably will do a sticker bomb with one of these as well, where I paint the green flames on the hood and then sticker bomb the back of it with the logo and the rest of it black. Should be cool. And yeah, gonna have a few options for people, and then we'll see what else people might want. I know that I want to do a Taz one for sure. And yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Head over to the Tank RC. They're doing his birthday bash over there live, and I'm going to head over there as well. And we'll catch you all later. Have fun RCing, guys. I will bring a few by, Dave.